It's 28th of July today. Three news stories. An intense effort is being made by some actors to convince Ethiopian government and TPLF to start talks. Secondly, humanitarian disaster is unfolding in not only Tigray but also in Amhara and Afar regions. Thirdly, I'll have a look at Woldiya town. Who is in control of this town? Let's have a look at the first news story. In two previous videos, I informed you viewers that some actors were trying to convince Ethiopian government and TPLF to start talks. We have some confirmation viewers that an intense effort is being made by some international actors to make Ethiopian government and TPLF start talks. Today, Geta Choreda in a tweet also confirmed to some extent that in the background an effort was being made for the start of talks. In his tweet, he said that on one hand, Ethiopian government is making discreet overtures for dialogue. On the other hand, Ethiopian government is intensifying its military operation. So when he is saying that Ethiopian government is making discreet overtures for dialogue, it is an indication that an intense effort is being made in the background for the start of talks between TPLF and Ethiopian federal government. Reportedly, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, has softened his stance a bit. He was not ready to start any talks with TPLF, and Ethiopian government is on record in more than one statement. Ethiopian government had ruled out the possibility of any talks with TPLF. But reportedly, better sense seems to be prevailing. In coming days, we might see some sort of start of talks between the two parties. Secondly, viewers, an update on humanitarian situation in Tigray, Amhara and Afar. Situation in Tigray is very dire, viewers. Even aid workers have run out of supplies. They have run out of cash as well, because aid workers were allowed to carry only 10,000 Ethiopian birds when they flew from Bole Airport in Addis Ababa to Mekelle a few days ago. So they are in need of cash as well. They have run out of supplies as well. And civilians in Tigray, they are also in dire need of humanitarian aid. But so far, no aid is arriving by air or by road. Then was two Eritrean refugee camps, Mayani and Adi Harish, are totally cut off from the operations of aid agencies inside Tigray. Today, UNHCR confirmed that Mayani and Adi Harish are cut off. UNHCR do not have any access to these two camps. So there is humanitarian disaster in Tigray. Its situation is worsening in Afar and Amhara as well. Thousands have been displaced from Zone 4 in Afar and from Adi Erke, Dibark, Kobo Robit and Woldiya. Thousands have been displaced from all these areas. Humanitarian disaster is unfolding across Ethiopia. This war must come to an end. Third news story, and the most important news story: who is in control of Woldiya? My pronunciation is a bit, I hope it's correct. Woldiya. In a previous video, a few hours ago, I quoted some TPLF allied news sources who had said that Tigray Defense Forces were entering Woldiya town. Then we heard from some Amhara news sources who rejected this claim, who said that TDF were not in control of Woldiya town. what is the situation on ground? Well, now what we are learning is that Tigray Defense Forces have managed to reach very close to Woldiya city. They are in Gobiye, which is just a few kilometers away from the city, Woldiya city. And Tigray Defense Forces claim that Ethiopian National Defense Forces, Amhara Regional Forces, Amhara Special Forces have withdrawn and they can easily enter Woldiya city, but reportedly locals inside city are not ready to surrender. They are saying that they will fight. So there is a threat of urban warfare in Woldiya. Tigray Defense Forces are not entering Woldiya, viewers. Amhara news sources claim that Ethiopian National Defense Forces did withdraw from Gobiye, but they have sent reinforcements and Ethiopian National Defense Forces are going to start fighting again. It's very clear, viewers, that Tigray Defense Forces are very close to this city, but danger of urban warfare is looming. Tigray Defense Forces, they want to avoid urban warfare, which could lead to civilian casualties. On the other hand, civilians inside Woldiya, they want to fight. A very critical situation. TDF have shared some pictures of captured weapons. They're claiming that Ethiopian National Defense Forces retreated. They left their heavy weapons near Gobiye. You can see an MLRS, multiple launch rocket system. TDF said this MLRS has been captured from near Gobiye. You can see some APC, one APC as well, armor personnel carrier, and thirdly it looks like a Howitzer, viewers. These heavy weapons, according to TDF, have been captured near Gobiye, from where Ethiopian National Defense Forces have withdrawn. Situation is very critical, viewers. Civilians must be protected by all the parties. So in the coming hours, we'll be able to confirm who is going to finally control this town. Because the far regional forces are sharing some pictures as well. They are saying that a tank which is being used by Tigray Defense Forces has been captured by Afar Special Forces. This picture has been shared by some supporters of Afar regional forces. I think for watching.